water, you use the water pumps into the steam came. There were a lot of them.
Lo mejor que se pueda. No, es que está enfocando para ti. The handsome one. Handsome one.
Yep.
那我们也进去吧。刚刚没有手机啦。有，我这有，我这有啊，你进去啊。
Picture with an iPad.
Per kilo, not per clothing item. That's kind of a hint on how the market actually works. And when you can prove that your bike is yours or was yours, you may get a discount.
Oh ja, te weinig mensen hebben die dat gaan kopen.
Started building down. Yeah. The worst part being that this building actually came out. Back in the day, people couldn't really write or read anything, so people needed a different way of showing what kind of profession they had or where their business was actually located. And they did it by editing the front of their house, the facade of the house. We looked, and in this house back in the day actually lived quite a famous carpenter family, and boats were all living boats. Back in the day, around the Second World War, this was actually the cheapest way of living here in Amsterdam. Until this day, there are actually only 2,500 houseboats available. It's definitely not the cheapest way of living in Amsterdam anymore. If you want to get a permit, you actually have to wait for about 30 years before you're that reliable anymore. And you only get the front part of the house as well. So the story behind this boat is that it's actually a monument. So the guy that owns it, before he can get a new boat, so he isn't planning on doing any construction work on it whatsoever. Gay Pride was actually in the beginning of August, and this house actually had kind of a trolling time around that time, because the gray line that you see over there was actually in the water for a few weeks after Gay Pride because too many people danced on the roof, so it sank. And you can see an exact straight line from how the boat actually used to lay in the water, and it was actually pumped empty about a week. Er moet zo'n ding door naar school, ik heb geen idee hoe het erbij moet. Er komt zo'n ding, een beautiful road. When you look to your right hand side, you can see a big building with the word Korea on top. This is actually the mini Broadway of the Netherlands.
Episode, interesting that I'm gonna share with you guys. Let's just call it interesting. Otherwise,
So we're one out of it all, which is quite rare. We like to call them the dancing houses because behind there is Rembrandt Square. That's actually quite a partying square here in Amsterdam. So we like to say that the houses are dancing to the music at night. It was his wife's hotel in 48 hours because he bought a hotel for her as kind of a makeup present / birthday present. But because he was quite smart, he kept a bar to himself, and the bar is still this day still called Freddy for Freddy Heineken. And legend always says that when he was still alive, of course, he sat quite often in this bar, and every time a young lady ordered a Heineken, he would say, "I'm right here, there."
Yeah.